Okay, I want to keep this short and sweet. I have changed how you guys can ask me questions. It is now possible for you to ask me questions 24/7 in the discussion board section. I understand that you may not be watching lectures during normal lecture time, and you may have questions that come up that you then forget about later. I've restructured the discussion boards such that for Physics 1111, there are currently 2 topics which you can write on whenever you want. One is listed chapters 1 through 9 to ask me about all the old stuff. One is for chapter 10 to ask me about the stuff of this week. And then there are future chapters which are currently locked because I haven't released those videos yet because I haven't finished making them yet. Same thing for Physics 1112. You can ask me questions 24/7. There's an all others section for all the previous stuff we did. And then there is a chapter 25 for this week's material and a 26 and a 29 or 28/29 for the future material. The way I'm going to handle this is I'm going to let you ask me questions whenever you want. Please feel free to jump on, answer other students' questions if you think you know the answer. Ask questions in the middle of the night. Ask questions in the morning. Ask questions during regular office hours. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be active in the discussion boards during your normal lecture time. And so that means I am going to respond to your questions during your normal lecture times and during the office hours that I've scheduled at a minimum. Now, if during normal lecture times I finish all of Class A, I'm not going to just stand at the computer and twiddle my thumbs. I'm going to start to reply to B, C, and D. So you may get responses more quickly than twice a week for the Tuesday, Thursday classes, plus office hours. So I guess that's 4 times a week. And however many times a week that would be for the Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. The point is that I'm going to be at this computer replying to what I see in the discussion boards. If during a normal lecture time I come to the discussion boards and there are absolutely no questions to me, nobody's posted anything in the last 24 hours, 48 hours, or however long it's been, and I look at all the discussion boards and they're empty, I'm going to take a step back from the discussion board because I have a lot of other work to do. And so I understand that the old system that we were doing for the last couple of days isn't working because you have a very narrow window to ask me questions. And I've been coming and standing at this computer waiting and trying to get people to ask me questions, and they haven't. So that's the restructuring of the discussion boards. It should be much more flexible for you. I know that there are a lot of changes and that this is frustrating. You're trying to figure out how everything works, but my commitment to you is going to be that any changes that I do make going forward are going to be to make your lives, and hopefully my life, but at least your lives more manageable, give you more access, make things more flexible for you so that we can really get you to learn the material and successfully execute this course. That being said, today is Tuesday. Oh, no, that's a Thursday. Thursday, April the 2nd. It is 12:19 in the afternoon. The commitment I'm going to make to you is before I go to bed tonight, all of those old lecture notes I am going to post on iCollege for all 4 classes. Now, the lecture notes aren't anything special. They're really just a material cribbed from the class. If you find that to be useful, that's great, but it's really just going to be what I talked about in class, and what I talked about in class is just made by Pearson from your textbook. So, if you don't want to read the lecture notes or you don't want to wait for the lecture notes, you just read the textbook. I know it's anathema to some people, but there it is. Next week, you guys have your 3rd test. Right now, the way I'm looking at it is it looks like the execution of quizzes are going well on iCollege. A little reminder for most of you, except for my 5:30 p.m. class today, you can take your quizzes still now. If you missed it this morning or you missed it yesterday morning, you get a really generous 60 hour window to take your quizzes. So, jump on iCollege, get your credit. Jump on Mastering Physics, get your credit for doing that. This is working right now. I see that people are completing this. Haven't gotten any complaints about it yet. So we're definitely going to go ahead with doing the test on Mastering Physics next week in the testing window I talked about. You are looking at a test which is going to be almost certainly majority multiple choice, if not entirely multiple choice. There'll probably be a few short calculations, but I am 99% certain I'm going to leave this thing to be majority multiple choice, because people just seem to prefer multiple choice questions. Gives you a shot. The answer somewhere on there. At the very least, you can guess and hope you get lucky. And that's it. Those are the only announcements I have. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to email them to me. I have been getting useful feedback from people, like what's the audio quality on this machine, so on and such forth. The world's going. It's getting pretty crazy these days, and I have loved ones who are working in the medical field. I know that many of you are working in the medical field. I know of at least one student who's a paramedic in town who used to come to office hours, and now that I've opened these things up, you better start posting on these discussion boards, because otherwise I'm going to be worried about you, sir, and wondering if you are unwell. And just know that I'm doing everything I can so that you can be successful in this course, and that I do care about you as people, and I want you to be okay. So, let me know what's going on. All right. Thanks.